What if everything you believe about money is wrong? What if the wealth powering modern nations isn't backed by gold at all, but by something far more fragile, trust? From gold to paper, the lie that built modern power. A story of money, belief, and the system that transformed the world without most people noticing. Stay with me until the end, because the final answer may completely change how you see banks, governments, and the meaning of value itself. For thousands of years, gold wasn't just valuable. It was money. Across continents and empires, people trusted gold because nobody could simply create more. Kings rose and fell. Nations expanded and collapsed. Yet gold remained respected because its scarcity made it difficult to manipulate and nearly impossible to fake. Gold imposed limits. It restricted spending, controlled inflation, and placed boundaries on power. But those limits would not last forever. Deep beneath mountains and deserts, people risked their lives searching for gold. Every new ounce required labor, time, and enormous effort to obtain. Unlike modern money, gold couldn't be printed overnight. Every coin represented real scarcity, and that scarcity helped limit both governments and powerful institutions. But carrying gold had a problem. It was heavy, dangerous, and difficult to transport across growing economies and expanding international trade routes. So people began depositing gold in secure vaults. In return, they received paper receipts proving ownership of the precious metal inside. Those receipts were convenient. Instead of moving gold, merchants exchanged paper. Trade became faster, safer, and more efficient than ever before. At first, every note represented real gold somewhere in a vault. Paper wasn't money itself. It was simply a claim on gold. The system worked because trust and gold existed together. People believed the paper because they believed the gold behind it was real. Banks noticed something interesting. Most people never collected their gold. They simply traded the paper from one person to another. And that observation changed history. If everyone wasn't claiming their gold, how much paper could be created without anyone noticing? Slowly, paper began to matter more than gold itself. What started as a receipt became something people treated as real money in everyday life. Banks realized they could issue more paper than the gold stored in their vaults. At first, it seemed harmless, almost like a clever financial innovation. But this shift created a hidden gap between what existed in reality and what people believed existed. And this gap would later be called the beginning of the lie. The lie wasn't obvious. It wasn't a single moment. It was a slow transformation where trust replaced physical value as the foundation of money. People still believed money was backed by gold. But in reality, the system had already started to move beyond full physical backing. As long as people believed in the system, it worked. Because in modern finance, belief itself became more powerful than metal. This is where power begins to shift. Whoever controls money supply starts controlling economies, governments, and entire societies. Power is no longer just military or political. It becomes financial. And financial power grows silently, without most people noticing. Behind every transaction, every bank, and every currency, there is now a system built not on gold, but on trust, belief, and control. Modern power is no longer held in gold vaults or treasure rooms. It is held in systems that control money flow across the entire world. Banks, central institutions, and financial networks decide how much money exists, and that decision affects every person, business, and nation. This control is subtle. You don't see it, but it shapes prices, salaries, wars, and even the rise and fall of entire economies. Because whoever controls currency doesn't just control money. They control access, opportunity, and the direction of global power itself. This world power is not visible like gold. It is invisible, moving through digital systems, data centers, and global financial networks. So the question remains, was this transformation a lie, or simply the foundation of modern civilization? From gold to paper, the lie that built modern power.